Hey everybody, Riki here. Time for another Thunder Cougar Falcon vlog. It's Halloween. Well, as of right now, it's still technically Halloween. By the time you're actually watching this, it's probably not Halloween anymore. But as of right now, it's still Halloween. I wore this when I was handing out candy because I didn't have a costume, so I figured I'd just wear my badass shirt. For those of you losers that are not in the know, this is Emil's helmet on Halo Reach. I own at this game, just so you're aware. So being as that it has been, Halloween weekend and everything, we've been watching Halloween movies. And so one of the movies that we watched this weekend was The Fourth Kind, which I know isn't really like a Halloween type movie, or even necessarily like a scary movie, I guess, because it's about aliens. But it came out around Halloween time last year, I believe, and everyone that I know that's seen it raved about how great it was and how it was so freaky and everything because it's based on a real story and everything. And so I was like, okay, well, everyone's been raving about it for so long, we'll rent that. Shit's week. It was, I don't know, it had a really good concept, but it just really fell apart. Because the whole concept of the movie, for those who haven't seen it, is that it's supposed to be based on actual events, which there's a lot of movies that are based on true stories that are, they kind of play fast and loose with what the actual storyline is. They kind of pick and choose little pieces that they want to leave in there and then kind of construct the rest of it to fit their needs. This isn't even one of those. The whole thing is constructed to fit their needs. Like right away from the beginning, Milla Jovovich comes out, plays the main character in the movie. She plays the psychiatrist, Dr. Abigail Tyler, I believe. And she comes out and she's all like, "Hi, I'm Lilu from Fifth Element. Chicken good. Also, this stuff was totally real." I'm paraphrasing, but you get the idea. And that's supposed to be the whole thing that's supposed to be so freaky about this movie, is that it's not only based on actual events, which set in Nome, Alaska, but it's also supposed to be, interspersed with actual documented video footage of these cases. Right away from the beginning, they, are showing like interview footage with the real Dr. Abigail Tyler. And right away you're just like, this chick just looks like an actress. They're doing the interviews with her, and then there's all the interview footage with, her clients and everything. And it's all just based on actual cases, except they don't ever actually specify any cases. There's no case numbers, there's nothing. It's just, you're just kind of supposed to accept that it's based on actual events. Except for you can just tell when watching it, like, this footage doesn't look very authentic. Like, yes, you can tell it's just filmed with a camcorder, but anybody can film with a camcorder. And it's like, oh, well, the timestamp says, it's from 2000. Well, anybody can add a timestamp or edit one, do whatever they want. It's not exactly impossible to do these days. And it gets just really confusing, and there's, they're aliens, but for some reason they're speaking like Sumerian. None of it was really believable, and none of it really ever is pieced together. Like there's stuff right away from the beginning where you're thinking, okay, well, this is all going to lead somewhere. In the end, it's all gonna fit together, and it doesn't. There's something with an owl that's not really an owl, and that never really gets explained, and there's no real conclusion to anything. Things just kind of happen, and then it just kind of ends. By the time we were done watching the movie, I was like, well, that was okay. And then it was like, the more I thought about it, I was just like, it really wasn't that believable. I just didn't really buy it. And it's like, well, Milla Jovovich is playing this character, Dr. Abigail Tyler, and they have interview footage and actual documented footage with the real Dr. Abigail Tyler. Except that turns out the real Dr. Abigail Tyler is this chick who is an English actress who's been in a couple other movies and then was in this. And she was credited in the movie. They just credited her as, I think, just a citizen. The company even went so far as to actually make like fake documentation for this doctor and put out like all these fake articles. Basically just put all this false information out there and made all these outrageous claims about the city of Nome, Alaska, about how it's like, they've had more disappearances there than like anywhere else in the country, and FBI has visited there like, tons of times because of all these strange things. And yeah, it turns out that Nome, Alaska does have kind of a high disappearance rate, but it's because you're in Alaska, it's the middle of nowhere. People get drunk, stumble off into the wilderness, and die. That's how they disappear. It's not because they see an owl that's not really an owl and then somehow they're abducted by aliens or something. So basically Alaska got really pissed off, and I think they even like threatened to sue them or something, and Universal, whichever company it was that put out the movie, actually had to kind of pay them this settlement, I think, to basically get them to shut up because they were so pissed off that they were forging all of these documents and claiming all these things that never happened. So, yeah, way to go on that one. In other completely unrelated news, Black Eyed Peas suck. I used to like Black Eyed Peas back when they actually tried to make decent songs instead of all the crap they're putting out now. Now there's reasons why all the songs they're putting out now are just, you can tell they don't even try. Because they don't. Because for the last 2 years they keep getting sued because they keep stealing their songs from other people. They were sued because one of their songs was just this complete blatant ripoff of a song that had actually been submitted by another group to their record label like a year before. Then Black Eyed Peas song comes out, I think it was that Boom 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 song. And if you listen to Black Eyed Peas version versus the original version sent in by the other act, it's the same damn song. And usually when people do that, it's like they're sampling. But in the case of Black Eyed Peas song, it's the whole song. Like, they take everything, they change a few of the words, and it's the same song. And they act like no one's gonna notice, and they get sued. And now it's happening again. Apparently now they're being sued by some guy because he's claiming that their song, I think it's that Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night song, which is just a completely terrible song, is a complete ripoff of some song that he wrote. And I'm sure it is. I haven't listened to it yet. I don't know if there's actual samples of them yet, if they have the comparison, but I'm sure it is. Because so far, every time that's happened with Black Eyed Peas, it's been a complete and total copy of the original song. And will.i.am is just a cocky enough prick that he's going to think, oh, no one's going to notice. When you're in one of the most popular bands around right now, if you steal shit, people are going to realize it. And then it, turns out that even when they're stealing music from people, it's still terrible. Like, people are giving it to you. It's just all you do basically is cut and paste. You're essentially doing the same thing that Weird Al does, only you can't even do it. Like, all Weird Al does is takes a song and changes the words. And he does it well. And they're good. And he gets away with it because that's what he does. You try to steal something without someone noticing it, all you do is change the words and it still sucks. Just stop doing it because everyone keeps suing you. So, as I said before, shit's weak. I'm thinking about just making that a segment because it seems like there's a lot of just really stupid, weak ass, what the hell are you people thinking things going on. So what do you guys think? Should I make Shit's Week a segment, like a weekly segment thing here on the show? Leave me a comment down there if you want. So let me know. I think it's a good idea. Alright, well that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go and edit this and then try and get it up there as soon as I can. Seeing as that it's almost 11, this will probably not be up in time. But if it is, happy Halloween everybody. If not, then I hope you did have a happy Halloween. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.